Okay, hello everyone. Um, I'm gonna try to this weekend try to do something a bit different. I been thinking about maybe starting a series of sharing some of the stocks bases that I am watching, and maybe share one, two, three potentially uh, growth stocks setting up in bases a week. Just make it as part of series to kind of share it with you all. So we'll do that this weekend. I have about 4 to 5 names, depending on how long it take us to go through each of these names um, that I will share with you today. These are obviously not set up right now for buys. That's not the intention. Intention is to um, kind of help you find, watch, quality setup, setting up basis, and behaving in a manner, in a promising manner. We'll leave it at that. Ultimately, it's going to be up to you to identify um, your tactics and how you are going to end up getting into these stocks. Um, so let's kind of dive in. We'll see how that goes. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments, whether you like this, you want to see it on frequent basis. I'm not sure if it's going to be uh, once, twice every week, 3 times every week. We'll see. Looking forward to your feedback and how we can improve this series potentially in the future. Okay. So before we dive in, again, this is for educational purpose only. Do your homework, your own due diligence. Um, any stocks that you see today are not recommendation to buy, hold, or sell any securities. So let's dive in. The way we're going to do this, obviously, I think you guys know that now. By now, we're going to start with Market Smith, and then from there, potentially go back to TradingView and do a little bit more precise zoomed in view on the daily. See if there's anything there that we want to discuss. So first up is Meta, and this one is really looking interesting. Um, I mean, obviously, the rally from here all the way up. This is institution buy-in. I definitely saw the stock here, but it was really still too early. You see the 200-day MA, the black one, have not turned up yet. I normally avoid them, but this is a good characteristic in a stock that's been accumulating. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks up. Um, Anytime you see 5 and more weeks up, you want to take notice. I didn't do anything with this one. And then now it's really tightening up. Has a couple of handle set up. Let's zoom in here a little bit. I have a couple of handles set up. Um, 8 week so far. Um, so it looks good. Depth 16% only. That is very, very, very shallow. And this is exactly why this is grabbing my attention because of the shallow base. This drop here obviously is tremendous and fast drops. These scare me. If you guys go back and watch my YouTube video a few days ago on breakout setups to avoid, I talked about Netflix. And I said, you want to be very careful trying to buy stocks that are setting on basis like this. But there's really big, 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 big difference in Netflix and Meta. Yes, they have a deep, steep, fast drop, but on the way up, there's major differences between the two. The the the, the first one that you see right here, this is choppy all over the place. There is no base. It's not controlled. When you see choppy price action, that means distribution. Even in this area here, you'd see, this is not necessarily distribute. I mean, it closed in the this bar here, weekly bar is closed in the middle, but you see high red bar. This is definitely a big warning sign. You see a high red bar, and now breaking the 50 decisively on high volume. But this price action is choppy. If you go to the daily, it's all over the place. There's not controlled. If you look at Meta, big difference. Look at the volume. There's no red, it's all blue. And then volume drying up. Okay, so not it's like I've said before, it's a puzzle, and it's how you're putting that puzzle together that matter. It's not about just one thing. It's not just about the big drop. It's the entire puzzle put together, the entire picture. So this is very controlled here. We'll go back to the daily and take a look in TradingView here in a minute. But this is why there's a difference. Now, this ready to be bought? No. And can this potentially just drop and go down? Yes. But this is watch stock. So now you put on your watch list, and then you watch it and you see what it does. If this low holds and it continue to consolidate here, while the market potentially weakening more or the market stabilizing, then you have something to shoot for, and you have a quality stock that you can try to find an entry, low risk entry. Okay, from fundamentals, growth is coming back, earnings, and then sales coming back. Okay, looks like it's being accumulated. 98 RS, so really good. Let's go to TradingView here quickly, and these really going to be more educational than anything as well. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. On the way up, huge rally, big accumulation. Look at the volume pattern, just buy in for here, no red bars. And then you start having red bars coming in here. So there is some institutions are selling, are selling here, selling here, selling here, and then obviously selling here. Okay, but what do you notice after earning came out? No more red bars. Even on this drop here, very controlled. That is not institution wanting to sell and get out. Okay, so that is why this is different than Netflix. Okay, and now it's just trying to do that cup with handle here. So we'll see how this hold up, but this is watch list item. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. NTNX is really more of a pullback buy on the weekly. So this is a pullback buy setup on the weekly. Obviously, all the stuff that we're going to look at here has the fundamentals to back it. Okay, so we're not going to kind of hash through the fundamentals every time, but I do a lot of research through MarketSmith to get down to the list of stocks that I want to watch. This doesn't happen in an hour or two. This is the product of my process, hour after hour after hour, day after day after day, week after week after week. And I'm sharing some of those setups with you guys, some of the stocks with you. This is pullback buy, plenty of support here. Closed really strong. If we hover over this, closed in the 83% range, almost like a hammer on increased volume. This red volume is not selling. This is support. Institutions come in and pulling the stock back up. If you look at the daily, held the previous pivot here for the breakout, and then moved out. This was on my watch list. I was watching this one. So this is pullback buy. We'll see if it can give us an entry here when the market stabilizes. Could you have NTNX, I believe, right? Yeah. Could you have bought this here. Yes, this pulling back to the base. This is really inside day, pull back buy, not bad at all. This is how it was looking. Let's go back one day. This is how it was looking. Some selling here. Um, that might have gave me a pause coming down to that. Um, but with the market pretty weak, you guys know the last two trades that I made were Thursday of last week, not the week last week, the week before. So I have been 6, 7, 8 days, no trades, just sitting on my hands watching. You guys know that I bought this here. This is a stock that I've been watching for a while. Has a lot of good characteristics, and I was in it and I got stopped out. But you guys see, there's kind of bottomed out. Get a couple things happening here. You got, big. Oops, I don't know what this is. Got big head and shoulder pattern bottom here. So you got this, right? You got your shoulder, head, shoulder, bottom, or continuation really. This is the rally. And then you get your shoulder, head, shoulder, continuation, and then you break out and go. And then you also have pattern inside of a pattern. So if you did not see this head and shoulder, bottom, then or continuation, then there's a couple of handle here, and then breakout. Um, so I bought this one here. I bought this one here, and then I added to it here, and then I got stopped out here. Okay, that happens, and that's fine. I'm not going to be, got stopped out here, but yes, it went. But even if your stop were a little looser, and then your average is somewhere here, you only have 3% before earning. So you're gambling, taking this through earning. Um, it is what it is. So just watch it for now, and it looks like a stock that wants to hold and wants to turn around and head higher. So we'll see what happens. The other one that I have on my list is Duolingo, new IPO, sales consistently moving up, and just became profitable. So double bottom setting up, 28% depth, looks really good. Attempted to break out in a bad market, and that's not going to work. Pulling up, pulling back. We'll see how it behaves as long as it stays in this area and doesn't just continue to just does this, then the stock is fine. This is good. This is shaking out anyone who was eager to jump on this double bottom breakout. Accumulation across the pattern. So looks really good. Now we just sit and wait for a low risk entry. Okay, let's take a look at the daily on Duolingo. Okay, a little choppy now right here. So we want to wait for it to calm down. Okay, you see how red, just distribution, no red in a weak market. So now the RS is turning blue, right? Meaning it's outperforming the market. And then you have this dash here telling you 3-month outperformance of the market. No red, all green. Pocket pivots. OBV making new highs. OBV is blue. That means up-down ratio is greater than 1. So lots of good characteristics. This is potentially setting up what? Right? You guys now should start understanding how I operate. Potentially setting up pull back buy, right? Up, pull back, up, right? Let's just do that. Oops, do that here. Move this, do that. And then you try to find low risk entry here in a good market. We just gotta wait until the market stabilizes. This is still a bit too much here. You see the shadows, selling. So it's still a little bit chaotic. It needs to kind of calm down. But quality stock, quality volume pattern, and then quality fundamentals in a rough market. We just need the market to be on our side, and then we can figure out how to get on a low risk entry. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So let's go back and look at one more, Uber. Um, really like this one. Um, I have been watching Uber since here, really. Let's go back. Let's go back and let's go back to this date, 8/11. Let's do that. 8 and then do 11. Okay. This was a serious bar on serious volume, closing all the way at the bottom. When you see these bars like this, you want to give them some time. You don't want to rush back in. Yeah, probably there's a lot of traders bought double back to the 10-week MA, but you really want to give them some time. And when this is selling happening, this is not you and me. This is institutions coming and selling. Well, yeah, I mean, regardless, I mean, did they know the market is going to be weak? Did they know the Fed is gonna continue to raise rates or not lower rates, whatever, right? I mean, that's why we're having all this selling now. But it is what it is. Just focus on the chart, focus on the volume. You see big volume like this, you want to give the stock some time to build a base, and that's what this was trying to do. So you just really want to give it. 3-week tight here. There was a lot of talk about the stock on Twitter, but there was still a lot of supply back here, right? And now this is failing. Doesn't look too bad. It's now building a flat base. That's very, very, very classic after a cup breakout. Normally, when you break out, I mean, this is base on base, so you probably, this is just all consolidation, and then you're breaking out of a cup. Flat base is very, very, very normal and expected. So as long as this holds and doesn't just continue down, then we're gonna be okay. Can go all the way down here, and then maybe put a bigger cup with handle. Sure. So watch this one, quality as well. Um, Institutions accumulating the stock, right? So let's just keep an eye on it and then add it to your list. Obviously broke the 50, below the 50 now. Again, a little bit more increased volume, but this is a flat base, so could be jumping around here, and then hopefully the market stabilizes and get back up. So let's take a look quickly at it on um, TradingView. Let's do Uber, and then take a look at the volume pattern here and see if we can, um, look at anything. I bought this one here. Let me show you guys. I bought this one over here. I was trying to, because this looked very promising, right? It looks like that we're putting a bottom here. Okay, putting a bottom. Okay, rounding up a bottom. So I was very interested. I was very interested here, but this was too early. 200 MA still not even flat here. So I did not take this one, but then this caught my attention. Highest volume up in a year, highest volume up in a year. And then I've watched it pulling back, didn't do anything here. And then I tried to fish it down here. This is still pulling back deep, 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 almost all the way down to the 200. This is a low cheat, kind of almost bottom fishing cheat. I bought it right here. My stop limit got triggered on this date, and then I got filled here. and then I got stepped out, somewhere here. And obviously it did this, but you can't, you have to trade in real time, right? This is how this was looking when I got in, and when I got stepped out, it was looking like that. Okay. But what you see on this with, trying to pull back here again, no red, right? So it's stabilizing down here closer to the 200 MA. And then you have your big kind of volume surge after earning. It was really hard here to get anything going. I've never tried anything on it. But now it's pulling back. You got this big day on earning, and now it's pulling back. This, again, could have played here, sure. But if you go back to the weekly, like I said, this was a really big bar. You want to give the stock some time, okay? And now it has that. It has that time, and it's away from the selling, and you see that the selling is dry in here. Obviously came back, breaking the 50 right here. So now we just sit and wait and see how it handles this support area. Is it going to break and ruin the pattern? Or is it going to just consolidate, find its footing, institutions coming back, and gives you a low risk entry to get back in? Okay. And then finally, let's go to CAT. And this is industrial. This is a little different than all the others, but this is really catching my attention. This was cup with handle, 23% deep, very controlled, looks really good. Institutions buying the right side. Okay, big volume here as well, closing in the mid-range, and then volume drying up. Okay, while it's building the flat base. What I heard just a few minutes ago. Cup with handle breakout followed by a flat base. Very normal. Big breakout here from this range, right? Potentially big inverse head and shoulder, continuation head and shoulder after a big rally. Okay, so there's a lot to like here. Sales, earnings, year, earning per share. So flat base looks very normal. Um, can it break it and go all the way down here? Yes. We'll just have to take it week by week, day by day. These are watch list items, not focus for tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. So I like this setup. So let's go to the daily. I like the space. This is only 9% deep base, extremely shallow. So that's, if you guys noticed, that's all of the setups, Meta, NTNX, uh, Duolingo, Uber, Cat, all controlled shallow bases. That's accumulation. That's why the bases are shallow, because institutions are buying them and accumulate them. Let's go to CAT here and take a look at it. You guys know that I posted about CAT on Twitter. Again, institutions buying the report, highest volume up in a year. This was looking good. I was watching this one as well. You guys see my red line there. It just kind of never, I mean, can you? Sure, yeah, you can buy it here. Just never really set up for me to get me in. But I was very interested. This was a nice pullback buy. You could have, this, I like them when they round like this. So you could have bought this coming out, but the market is really not good. It's horrible. And then you see the volume dry out here, right? These dots. Okay. Um, so this pullback here, or the sharpness, is really on no red bar, no distribution. And this is why I was very interested in this stock right here. You guys go back and look at my Twitter feed, posted about it when it was taken off here, and I said I like it a lot. And I do. And I still, and if the market was good, I would have bought this. And if the market was good, it would have probably did not fail. So I posted it on Twitter when it was coming out, and I said, no position, I'm not doing anything. You got to figure out how to control your emotions. It doesn't matter how good the setup look. Bad markets, 9 out of 10, they are going to fail. O'Neill told you that. Many legendary traders told you that. That's why there is an M in the CAN SLIM. And look, I I buy stuff that doesn't match CAN SLIM criteria. I do tons. Momentum, RS only, no fundamentals to back it up. Um, but you got to figure out how to respect the M, the market. And the sooner you get there, control that FOMO, and set aside, the better you are. So um, I think that's all what I wanted to kind of say about these five. So quality setup, set in basis, put them on your list, keep watch, and we'll see how things unfold. If the market finds its footing, these are promising setups. You need to find a lower entry. If the market continue to pull back, and we're gonna have a more serious retracement, selling these potentially bases that I just showed you potentially will fail, and they'll either create bigger, deeper bases, or they will potentially just become non, not even worthy of a stock of a watch list item. So anything is possible. Anyway, again, let me know what you think about this in the comments, and let me know if this is something you guys want to see often. Me sharing some of the quality setups that are setting up bases. There's a lot of education um, in these, is my hope, not just to throw a few tickers at you. Hopefully you learn something from this. So would love if you share in the comments, and we appreciate it. And thank you guys. Bye.